Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here, and within this video I'm going to address a very tough question, and that is why a lot of people call the Rolex Submariner a desktop diver. Why would people call this timepiece a desktop diver? Well, we're going to explore that in a lot of depth here, not to 300 meters or 1,000 feet, but a lot of technical depth. So for starters, people, I'm guilty of it right now. I'm sitting at a desk. I've got a computer in front of me, a Mont Blanc ink pen, and or I should say writing instrument. But, what happens, a lot of people, they get a dive watch such as the Rolex Submariner, and it never leaves their desk. They wear it, they don't want to scratch it, they're afraid of it. And that's kind of why it got the moniker, a desktop diver. Who in their right mind would strap on an automatic wristwatch and go up to 300 meters below the surface of the water? I mean, that sounds kind of outlandish. So its intended use is, being able to dive with it. You got the dive bezel, you got the, the screw down crown with the, the trip lock screw down crown. See those little 3 dots? That means trip lock. So you're getting all of these cool features, but your average Joe or your average Jane's probably not going to swim that deep with a Submariner on their wrist. So, I got the name the desktop diver. And, here's the thing, man. Whether I'm going to a hot tub, swimming pool, ocean, sauna, bathtub, whatever, wherever I may get wet, I'm going to wear this thing and I don't care. A lot of people say, don't wear that in your sauna or whatever, because the humidity can collect underneath the dial. And that's true. If you're paranoid of your timepiece, if you're paranoid about your timepiece getting moisture in it, I would not do that. With that being said, this thing has been rock solid, man. I got this thing in the Cayman Islands. I was sailing through the Cayman Islands, and I'm like, you know what? I want to get a Rolex Submariner 114060. And at the time, they had the Hulk, they had Batman, they even had Daytonas, plural. And, I didn't want that. I wanted the 114060, because as you can see, it's very symmetrical. There is no cyclops on this thing. And the first thing I did, man, just to kind of break that desktop diver stereotype, the first thing I did with this timepiece is I took it out. And check out my video. I'm flashing up a YouTube card right now, and you can see that video. I took it out to 7 Mile Beach in Grand Cayman, and at the time I had my Omega Seamaster 300M with the blue wave dial, pre-coaxial, and I had that thing on a rubber strap, and I had this straight out of the authorized dealer on the wrist too. On the wrist also, rather. And I went swimming at 7 Mile Beach, and I talked about these two timepieces. This is a watch that is meant to be worn. If you're just going to buy it to try to look cool at the country club, or try to look cool with your, your nerdy buddies or whatever, maybe you're in sales, maybe you're some sort of yacht captain or whatever, whatever you may be, that's the wrong reason to get it. I mean, Rolex Submariner is not a desktop diver. And it is for a lot of people, and that's the unfortunate part. It's kind of given the Rolex Submariner a slightly bad name. Because all of these people, not all of these people, I don't want to overgeneralize, but so many people get this thing and they never get it wet. Dude, I mean, look at this thing, man. I got like bacon grease on there. I got scratches where I took it off. I've got, I think there's some let's see here. Ought to be like some caked up soap because I just take showers with it. I take baths with it. I don't care, man. I just don't care. See all that soap scum in there? Yeah, I mean it's pretty janky, man. The way that I've done a lot more than desktop diving with it. But see, that's the beauty of it, because I can confidently say that this Submariner has seen the oceans of the world. It's seen a lot more than just a desk. I mean, it's been around, and it's been banged into walls. I got scratches on it. Look at the side of the case, man. It's got a horrible scratch right there. See it? And this video is in 4K Ultra HD, so if you crank it up, you can really see the detail. The bracelet's all worn, man. I've banged it into walls. I wear this thing, I mean, look at that. The clasp is all janked out. I mean, it's, and you can't see it on this video, but that little, whatever you call it, that little piece right there, that luminescent marker on the Serichrome bezel, it's got a crack in it. You can't see it. That's when I banged it into a wall, man. So, yeah, I mean, if you get a Submariner just to desktop dive, you're not cool. And speaking of who's not cool, if you've never watched Archie Luxury, Archibald, Chesterfield III, the Pontiff, Archie Luxury is the most knowledgeable wristwatch person in the entire world. So I encourage you not only to subscribe to my channel, but to subscribe to his channel as well, because he's a genius, man. I mean, he's the dude that when I had my first real watch, which was my Omega Seamaster 300M, he's the guy that got me, checking out so many more exceptional timepieces. And I'd in the past, I'd stayed away from the Rolex Submariner, not just because of the desktop diver stigma, but also the stigma that, even people that don't know a wristwatch, they might buy a Submariner just to try to look cool and try to act cool. I mean, I don't care, man. I mean, it's not a status symbol for me. It's just a really good timepiece. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's simple, it's symmetrical. There's no date cyclops. It's got the hand-laid, I'm assuming they're hand-laid, markers. It's a certified chronometer. It's not just a certified chronometer, dude. It's a superlative chronometer. So I mean, this has a Rolex in-house movement in it. The bezel is great, since it's made out of since it's ceramic bezel, Serichrome will probably never fade. Maybe you want it to fade. Maybe you want that patina. I mean, who knows? But it's just a great piece. And I mean, at 40 millimeters, it's a size that's probably never going to go out of style. You got some lady, she wants a bigger watch. She could wear one. Submariner. You got somebody like me with a 7.5-inch wrist and a defective ulna. That's a wrist bone. Ulna is a technical word for it. Still fits me well. It's got glide lock. It's easy to adjust. You get hot, you get sweaty. Maybe you've been drinking too much beer. You get fat. You want to adjust it without tools. It's got that capability. And this is the 114060. So at the time of filming this is not the most current Submariner reference. This is the first, the first Submariner with the ceramic bezel and the nice bracelet with glide lock and all of that. But because before they had glide lock in the bracelet, and before they had the solid end links, the Rolex bracelets are pretty junky, in my opinion. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, this is a solid bracelet. I mean, this is without a doubt probably the most perfect watch in the world. There's few people that could argue that it's not. But again, the desktop diver stigma, that's a huge problem. And I wanted to thoroughly address desktop diving within this video. What do you think about desktop diving? Comment below. What do you think about the Submariner? What do you think about Archibald, Chesterfield III? I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. And thanks for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/IRIX Guy. And when you do, ring that bell icon, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.